Hello there, lovely people. It's me here, Ashley. I decided that I'd go live because I can. So, yeah, I want to really be discussing the fact that we're created and that we, the Mandela affected people, we are the proof of that. Now, I'm coming from a place of evolution. I believed in evolution. I had never had any problem believing in evolution because I personally had a thing about the intelligent design. It was intelligent design that made me really know that there's a creator, but I kind of believed that the creator had like set things off and left and evolution happened. But then I was Mandela affected, and that changed my whole outlook, my whole feeling and view on the situation. And now I know that I'm not a product of evolution. I know that the world that we're bobbing about on, whether it's flat, round, triangular, or whatever it is, it's not the globe that we were taught that it was, having developed over millions of years. Elizabeth, my darling, hello. So, to me, it was actually by doing a live on another, I think it was Periscope, that somebody was giving it large about, I suppose you're going to go about creation. And I said, no, actually, I believe in evolution. But then I thought about it and I thought, how can I believe in evolution when I know that creation, I know that the world is not how we've been taught. I know it's not a belief, it's a fact. I know. Because I know that I am not even in the same body that I was originally in. I don't think I'm in the same body that I was in yesterday. So therefore, I have not evolved over millions of years. I've been created. And to me, it's a no-brainer at the minute. Now, I'm really sorry, I'm absolutely melting because it's like silly degrees here. And we need a good thunderstorm, but it doesn't look like that's happening, so I'm having a bit of a moment. It's like 30 odd degrees with cloud, so it's very, very humid. Anyway, back to what I'm talking about. Yeah, so to me, it seems quite clear that we've been created, and it's not a belief, it's a knowing. I know that I've been created because I'm being moved about through different bodies, across different earths. The earth changed so very much that now, and this is something that I want to get into. Now, we're taught that we have evolved over millions of years, and that the rocks that we stand on, the earth that we stand on, the mountains that we see, have developed over millions of years. And people that are Mandela affected are being told that we're misremembering. Now, there are new things in this new world, in this new geography, in the new earth that we're moving into. Things like rainbow mountains. Rainbow mountains are in China and Peru now. And quite frankly, I haven't misremembered not knowing about them. I haven't forgotten that there were rainbow mountains. I haven't been in a world where I've not noticed that there are rainbow mountains. This is not my world. Rainbow mountains did not exist in the earth and on the earth that I originally came from. And the vast majority of people that are Mandela affected have never heard of these rainbow mountains either. How can we have misremembered not knowing about those? So it's not, you see, this is what upsets me about people saying that we're misremembering. We're not misremembering. Our memories are very, very, they're almost sacred to us now. I know that's a hard word to say, that's a strong word to say, but our memories, our core anchor memories, mean so much to us because we are the people that we are because of our anchor memories. So, to me, it's quite clear that we've been created, and then it leads on to the point that, really, science should be having backward flips about this. Physicists, quantum physicists especially, and I'm not saying that this is a quantum physics thing. What I'm saying is that you would really have thought that science would be jumping all over this. because it proves their theories right. It proves their theories right, and yet they're ignoring it. They're ignoring it. So this whole scenario with the Mandela Effect has proved to me beyond a shadow of a doubt that we've been created, because quite frankly, we're being created sometimes on a minute-by-minute basis. The other day, I was, because of Hazel Fiver's channel, he showed that fallopian tubes had changed direction. And I was busy telling some young girls about it, and it flip-flopped on them while they were looking at it on Google. While they'd Googled it, they looked at it, and it had flip-flopped completely. So they saw it the wrong way, and then they saw it the right way again. So that's... Now, you might say that, oh, that's just the internet. But it isn't just the internet. And if it was just the internet, why is the internet showing us two separate posts, two separate realities for one thing, which is the female reproductive organs that aren't supposed to change from 1 minute to the next? So if you're busy saying that this is all this is just the internet, you're not right. You're completely wrong. It's not just things on the internet, it's things on the ground in front of our very eyes. But it's the fact that we can see that our physique, our body, isn't the same body that we used to be in. Not at all. My body seems to change. I mean, some days I wake up and I look 5-10 years older than I did the day before. And it's not because I've had a hard night. It's because we seem to be jumping into different versions of ourselves. How, we don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody knows how. But what we do understand is that it's not a belief. We don't believe in the Mandela Effect. We know it. It's not a fad. We don't believe. We know. And I think the vast majority of us can see and feel the same, that it makes us cling to our Creator even more. Not necessarily in a church way. I think we've got past church. A lot of us have got past church, especially with the Bible changes happening, which are vile and just beyond anything that's holy. It's blasphemous now. So, I mean, even Genesis has changed. God didn't create the heavens and the earth anymore. He created the heaven and earth, not the heavens. So, creation, to me, has been proved without doubt, because we're being recreated constantly. The earth is shifting that much. We're moving into this old earth. Toot, hey, hey. Nice to have you here. I'm glad you caught me. So, for me, it's a clear indication that we've been created. That our earth has been created. It has not evolved over a gazillion years, and neither have we. And the reason... Somebody once said to me that they think that maybe... that each earth that we jump onto has been evolving over gazillions of years. No, I don't believe that at all. I don't believe that. Yes, you're right, Elizabeth. We breathe less oxygen as well. That's never right. I never knew that bit. So, to me, the fact that we're in what... And like I just said, if I'm looking at the internet and it's showing me what the human body should look like, it should look the same every day, not different from 1 second to the next. That reality change on Google is indicative of what's happening to us. It's things changing. It certainly isn't the way we've been taught, because we don't share the same... They do believe... Yeah, but we do believe what we're told. We do. But every now and then, thankfully, we have a bit of an eye-opener. The thing is that the Mandela Effect is way and beyond. I already thought it was down the rabbit hole. Then I became Mandela affected. And it's just shown me that rabbit hole wasn't a rabbit hole at all. It was the path leading to the rabbit hole. And I don't think anybody goes down the rabbit hole. I think we're flung down the rabbit hole. It's as if somebody kicks us down the rabbit hole. And then when we get there, we don't know. We realise reality's changing. And it makes us rethink everything. So people say that we believe Mandela Effect. People, well, I'm on the fence, I'm not sure. We don't believe in it. We know it. Know it. And the things that we've discovered, the things say that is a big thing, because I was very much for evolution. Very much for evolution, but there ain't no evolution. I haven't forgotten about Rainbow Mountains. I'm not misremembering Rainbow Mountains. I'm not misremembering the fact that Scotland has lost the top of it. I'm not misremembering that Germany used to be landlocked, because I lived there and couldn't go to the seaside because it was landlocked. I'm not misremembering the fact that South America used to be directly under North America. Now it's like, woo, all the way over here. I'm not misremembering that the Panama Canal used to be east to west. Now it's north to south. Yeah, yes, two. We do kind of think that, but I don't like them being called sheep. I don't like people being called non-player characters, because those people are our family. They're our loved ones, so I don't like thinking about them like that. I don't like thinking about them like that. That's just my own personal thing. But they do definitely get downloads. I've seen it happen in front of my eyes. But the thing is that when you're talking about, like, we're told that the Earth's evolved over a gazillion years, and yet one day Scotland's looked like it always has, the next day the top of it's come off. That's not a gazillion years. That's from one day to the next. Islands pop up overnight, literally around Britain, that apparently have always been there. Well, they haven't. They haven't always been there, not to me. South America was directly under North America, not all the way over here somewhere, trying to get to Britain. So creation is something that it shows you clearly that we're being created, that we are created. Because otherwise, if we weren't created, we wouldn't be being created second by second. The top being on Scotland, so they're from the reality where it was always an island. And it's this kind of thing. This is why we need to talk to each other. So we can work out and find out these kind of things. As a teenager, we didn't have the internet, and I just thought I was mistaken. Where now we know we're not mistaken, and we know that it's a real thing happening, and we know that we can talk to other people. But I utter proof of what scientists have been theorising about. So, about different realities and parallel worlds and parallel universes. Well, I want to know what they think about the Mandela Effect. And I think it's called for zero here. Did I miss call for zero? Hello, call for zero. I'm sorry, I missed you. Sorry, it's my and if it's buffering, I'm really sorry. It's our connection's terrible here at the moment. Absolutely terrible here at the moment. Thank you for persevering with me. I really, really appreciate it. So yeah, I think that's one of the biggest shock, and therefore I now believe that we are living under a dome. I don't believe in space anymore. I believe that God created all the things that we can see. I believe that, but I don't believe that it's space how we've been taught. I certainly don't believe in NASA anymore. I don't believe in any scientist that's coming out that is just laughing. None. Because your science is irrelevant now. Science is absolutely irrelevant. It means nothing. None of science means anything anymore. Being in the middle of the waters was just too much for me to take in. As was the amount of time people lived for. Such and such a body lived to live. Saying I'm live. Can you see and hear me, people? Is it just verse rice that they can't see me?